My name's Simon. I'm just like you. I have a normal family, amazing friends. A lot of my life is great, except I have one huge-ass secret. Nobody knows I'm gay.
We're gonna love Simon.
I hope so. Love Simon.
What is the main message from this picture for the public?
I think love, acceptance, tolerance, and hopefully a greater understanding of a LGBTQ experience. This film is not representative of every experience, but it's a start and it's a step in the right direction. And hopefully, it can spark just a dialogue or a discussion or a conversation that maybe wasn't there before.
I think, and just going off what Nick said, I think that there's so much that you can take from this film, and the beauty of it is that there are so many characters and so much to draw from that people really will, I think, resonate with this differently depending on who they are. But one major thing that I've heard from people who have watched it is this feeling of like you're not alone. I think representation is so important regardless of whether it's gender or race or sexuality, and people need to hear their stories.
Sai, look at your computer. Someone leaked your emails on the school blog.
I'm sorry, Simon. I can't do this anymore.
Do you think everybody has been bullies sometimes in our lives?
In one form or another, maybe, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of very subtle forms of bullying, I think. Simon goes through that. He is, there's, especially after he comes out, the intensity of all of that comes to a head, and I think that's what probably stops some people from living their truth, so to speak.
I think bullying is a big topic right now. I think social media for young people is really challenging. They have to sort of manage all the same stuff that I had to manage when I was a kid, but now they have this whole other element of figuring out who they're going to present themselves as, and it gives tools to kids when they're still figuring out how to use power and those things, and they can be they just like in the past they can pick on other people, but they can do it in a more magnified way. And I think I don't envy kids growing up today, but I still also think that what's at the root of a film like this is that we're all much more similar than we think.
I'm supposed to be the one that decides when and how and who knows and how I get to say it. That's supposed to be my thing.
Where did you prepare this role?
Well, this role was a process. I mean, the first time that I heard about this was through our director, Greg, about 2 years ago. And we sat down for a meeting and we discussed the part. And I think a lot of Simon, a lot of my research into Simon and sort of this community was through Greg. He was really open and willing to discuss about his experience growing up as a closeted teen in high school and seeing what that feels like. I think that for this film, Simon as a character is someone who has a very strictly controlled life. He's built his life around keeping his sexuality. His entire adolescence has been keeping his sexuality a secret.
Why is homosexuality still a taboo in this century?
I don't know why. I'm an openly gay man, and I wish that it was less so. It's certainly less so now than it was when I was a kid, so that's great. But I think that there's still more work to do to make people feel, to remind people that everyone has rights and everyone deserves to be treated with respect and dignity, and everybody, deserves their own love story and their own Hollywood ending, and that's what we're trying to provide.
I'm done living in a world where I don't get to be who I am.
Did you date me because you think I look like a guy?
No, I actually broke up with you because you don't look like a guy.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Welcome.
De Película.